We had seen successive approximation. Had put the example also. Okay. Next, we'll move on to the linear ramp ADC. After studying successive approximation ADC, we'll move on to the linear ramp ADC. As the in linear ramp ADC, we have again we'll be using a comparator. Okay, comparator like op-amp only, which has two terminals, non-inverting and inverting terminal. For non-inverting terminal, you'll be giving analog input V in. Okay, whichever the analog which we want to convert to digital, that will be given for the non-inverting terminal. And one more input is there. Okay, that input is taken from the ramp. It will generate a ramp wave. That ramp output, okay, that ramp generator output, that is VR, will be given for the inverting terminal of the comparator. Okay, so one thing is that we have a comparator, then we have a ramp generator, and our analog input V in and ramp generator output VR. Now we have to see what is this comparator output. If the comparator output is high, so when it will be high? It will be high when the VR is less than V in. That means what? V in is greater. V in is connected to what? V in is connected to non-inverting terminal. So it will be high. When VR is equal to V in, so two voltages are compared here. Since we are giving two voltages as input for the comparator, one is V in and VR, that both voltages are compared. When VR is less than V in, the output of the comparator is high, and VR is equal to V in, the comparator output is low. So these are the two conditions, or these are the two outputs of the comparator. So what will happen during high? The time duration T1, okay, of the comparator high output. Till what time the output of the comparator will be high? That duration we call it as T1. So that T1 is directly proportional to our input voltage. So if you measure this time duration T1 by using some clock pulses, then we'll come to know the digital output of this analog input, that is the V in. So once again I will tell the time duration of the output of the comparator, at what duration it will be high. Okay, that duration is directly proportional to the input voltage V in. That is the concept here. So the comparator output the comparator output V1 is one of the input for AND gate. So we have one more component, that is AND gate, and one more input will come from the clock generator, that is applied to the as the other input for AND gate. So AND gate, as you know, it is a logic gate. It has two inputs. So one input is from the comparator and one more is from the clock generator. And the clock pulses pass through this AND gate to the counting register. So one more component is counting register, while V in is high, that is during T1. At the end of T1, the comparator output is low. So when the comparator output will be low? When VR is equal to V in. Okay, at that time it will be low. So when it becomes low, so no clock pulses will pass through the AND gate. And there is a 5-bit counting register. As we told, counting register, it is a 5-bit and is toggled during T1. So when T is T1, that is the time duration when the comparator output is high, since it is directly proportional to the input voltage V in, which is given as one of the input to the comparator non-inverting terminal. Okay, the register contains the digital equivalent of the analog input voltage. So this counting register, this 5-bit counting register, will have the digital equivalent. So what we are doing here, linear ramp ADC is a analog to digital conversion. So we give analog and we can take the pulses from this counting register. So the number in the register is held constant for time 2. Time T2, it will be held constant, whatever there in the register. This time T2 is when the comparator output is low. When will be the comparator output low? When these the two inputs given for the comparator are equal. So at the end of the T2, the register is reset to 0 condition. So what is ADC? The ADC conversion time is the sum of T1 and T2. So T1 and T2 together will give the conversion time. So what we have seen now, some important components we have seen. So we'll see what is the figure of it. You can see here. So what are the important components now? One, we have a comparator. Next we saw about this ramp generator. Analog input is given for the non-inverting terminal and the ramp generator is given for the inverting terminal. So this is comparator. What is the output of the comparator? V1. So that V1 is one of the input for the AND gate and one more input is the pulses from the clock generator. So whenever the pulses are generated, so whenever this high, so AND gate when it will be high, what is the logic of AND gate? When both the inputs are high, then only the AND gate will be high. So clock pulses and the comparator output high. When both are high, then the pulses will be generated here and that is stored in this 5-bit register. This is the counting register. It is of 5-bit from D1 to D5. So whatever these bits, that will give us the digital output. Okay, when you see the graph, you'll understand better. So this is our input. Okay, this V in, the dotted lines which they have shown, this is the input. And VR is the output from the ramp generator. It is slowly increasing. Since it is a ramp waveform, it is slowly increasing. So in the beginning, or when is the comparator output high? When V in is greater than VR. So at all these positions, V in is greater than VR or VR is less than V in. Okay, that means Vn is high. Then only the comparator output is high. So V1 is high at all these positions. That is the duration T1. That is the time duration T1. So at that position, this V1 is high. That is shown here. Okay, at T2, when both will become equal, which are both V in and VR, when they become equal, that at that time V1 will become low. That is the time duration T2. So when this is high, this high and the clock pulses, that is during T1. During this position, this clock generator will generate pulses and it will be given for the AND gate. So these pulses are nothing but the digital output of this analog input. Okay, it is compared with this ramp generator and the digital output is generated and the time duration is T1 and T2 together for the conversion, the time duration for the conversion. So the important components are comparator, AND gate, okay, clock generator, ramp generator and the registers to store the digital output. And a very important concept is when V in is less than, when the comparator output is high, when V in is greater than VR and comparator output is low when V in is equal to VR. So what is VR? VR is the output from the ramp generator and V in is the input in analog input which has to be converted to digital. And this analog input is given for the non-inverting terminal and the ramp generator is given for the inverting terminal. Okay, so this is the linear ramp ADC which shows the input clock pulses trigger the digital register while the ramp is growing toward equality. So this is the point, okay, where they are equal. With the analog input, the register output is the digital equivalent of the analog input. So this is the register output. It is a 5-bit counter register. So first we have to know the important parts. Okay, and there are nearly 1, 2, 3, 5 important blocks are there. With blocks and the graph will tell you the linear ramp ADC. So this is after successive approximation. In successive approximation, we had seen that successive approximation register. And we have a DAC also there, digital to analog conversion also is done, and we have a comparator there. After that is one ADC and the second ADC is a linear ramp ADC. Okay, these two ADCs are completed. Next we will see what is this precision full wave rectifier. You may be remembering that a full wave rectifier has two circuits. One is the precision rectifier, that is half wave precision rectifier, and one is the summing circuit. So the problem is we have to design this circuit. Okay, what we have in these circuits, we have resistors like R1, R2, then R3. These three resistors for this op-amp A1. Next R4, R5, R6, R7 for the op-amp A2. So we have to find out all these resistor values and the diodes. Diodes values we did not find. We have to find out its range. Okay. So when you do that, design of this full wave precision rectifier is completed. So moving on with the design. Design a precision full wave rectifier to produce 2 volt peak output. So what is should be the output of it? It should be 2 volts. From a sine wave input. What is the input we are giving? Sine wave with a peak value of 0.5 volts. So input is only 0.5 volts and they want output as 2 volts. Okay, it is being amplified. And the frequency is what? 1 megahertz. And use bipolar op amp with a supply voltage plus or minus 15 volts. So we have to design a precision full wave rectifier. See, in this full wave rectification or whenever we go with the assumption. Always remember, we go with the assumption. So first we'll assume let this I1 current, okay, that the input current, let it be like 500 microamps. Okay, when I assume I1, I can find out R1. R1 is nothing but the what will be the resistor? Resistor is nothing but voltage divided by current. So R1 is VI divided by I1. So how much is VI? VI is 0.5 volts. Okay, they have told input as 0.5 divided by 500 microamps. You will get the R1 resistor. And how much is R2? R2 is nothing but 2R1. So it is 2 kilo. R1 is 1 kilo ohm and R2 is 2 kilo. And what will be R3? See, whatever the resistor we give for this non-inverting terminal, this resistor, it should be R1 parallel R2. Here R7 should be R4 parallel R5 parallel R6. Whatever the other resistors we know, taking parallel of that should be given for the resistor connected to the non-inverting terminal. Here, so R3 is what now? R1 parallel R2 for this op amp A1. So just take parallel. R3 is R1 parallel R2. You will get nearly 670 ohm. And the standard value you have to take. The standard resistors will be available in the library. So it is 680 ohm is the standard value. Okay. And next resistors are what? R4 and R5. R4 and R5 should be equal to R1. So it is 1 kilo ohm. Fine. Okay. Next we have to find out this R6. Now R6 is left. As in the formula, we have this in the formula. V0 is equal to R6 by R4 into VI. Since R4 and R5 are equal, if you just take R6 is nothing but cross multiply, you will get V0 by VI into R5. How much is the output voltage? It is 2 volts and input voltage is 0.5. So 2 by 0.5 into R5 is nothing but 1 kilo ohm. You will get 4 kilo ohm as R6. And we have standard value in the library as 3.9 kilo ohm. So they go with 3.9. And what is R7? R7 is connected to the non-inverting terminal of the op amp A2. So it should be parallel of all this. So R4 parallel R5 parallel R6. So just take the parallel of it, R4 R5 parallel. So you'll get it as 443. It is take the standard value is 470. This much is the design of this full wave precision rectifier. Next, just you can write this for diodes D1 and D2. The VR voltage should be greater than 30 volts and TRR maximum should be 0.1 microseconds. So to compensate A1 as a voltage follower and A2 for a gain of R6 plus R4 parallel R5 divided by R4 parallel R5 will be nearly equal to 9. That should be the gain. Okay, so important are this finding the values of the resistors. First one is R1. So this will be started with the assumption that you have to remember. It will start with the assumption of I1. I1 as 500 microamps. Okay. Then it will go with finding R2. Then R3 which is parallel to R1 and R2. And R4 and R5 are equal to R1 only. So 1 kilo ohm. Then they'll go with finding out R6 by the equation and R7 as the parallel. So finding the resistors, you have to put the design of the full wave rectifier. Okay. So today we have studied one ADC, that is linear ramp ADC. In a linear ramp ADC, we have like components. First one is comparator. where it has two inputs for inverting and non-inverting terminal. Then we have a ramp generator. The input voltage is given for the non-inverting terminal and the output from the ramp generator, that is VR, is given for the inverting terminal. Okay, and the output from the comparator, it is given as input for AND gate. Okay, and from AND gate has two inputs. One is from the clock generator, and how that comparator will work. Okay, what is the working of the comparator, that also you have to remember. Whenever the comparator output is high, when VR is less than Vin, and when VR is equal to Vin, comparator output is low. So depending on that, these waveforms will be generated, and the time duration T1 is directly proportional to the input voltage Vin. So the digital output will be stored in this 5-bit counting register. Okay, hope you have understood. Thank you.